Welcome to Cloud Record Music Spotlight, Season 4, Episode 1. I'm your host, Maurine McFarlane, and I have an amazing show just for you. Don't go anywhere. Do you ever wonder who create beautiful sound to your favorite songs or music to your favorite video game? Well, we're going to talk about it with the most beautiful, brilliant, outstanding self-taught music composer, Ava Covington. You're going to love her. The music you're listening to in the background is by Carpathia Jenkins. I Am Strong Instrumental, one of Cloud Record Music. The links are below. Check them out. Before we start, please subscribe, ring the bell, and leave a comment and let me know what you think about our conversation. Let's get into it. And now, a Cloud Records Music Spotlight. Ava Covington, welcome to Cloud Record Music Podcast. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Listen, you're making my day. I am so excited to have you here. You have no idea. And you want to hear something? This is how special I think you are. We are in Season 4, and you are my first guest for Season 4.
Oh my God. I am honored. I cannot understate how honored I feel. Oh my goodness.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I actually met her on TikTok. And the reason why is because I heard some of her beautiful sound. I'm so impressed with her. I had to reach out, and here she is today. So you're going to learn a lot about her and her music. So again, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Happy to be here. Very excited.
Great. And you look absolutely beautiful in that white. I love your background. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look, yeah, I love that country feel, which I'm getting, the vibe that I'm getting from your room.
Yeah, very natural. Like what you're not seeing in the background are the 80 other plant samples that I have in my room because I'm a crazy plant lady.
I see that as well. I just think it's beautiful. You know, our creativity flows in different ways. And for me, everything around me has to be in its right place and perfect, or I just can't focus. Like I can't focus in mess or chaotic mess. Some people, it takes the plants and whatever it does, but our creative juice come in different ways, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I definitely have moments where I operate in chaos, but there's a very specific kind of chaos. Where if I'm not the one that organizes the chaos, then it's mutiny.
It's so good.
It's insane.
It's so good. All righty. Well, I'm really because you are an upcoming self-taught composer who demonstrate exceptional skills. Do you consider yourself a prodigy?
Oh my God, not at all. Not in the slightest. No, nada. I'm just thinking, because when I think of the word prodigy, I think of someone who has an inherent connection to some sort of skill or space where it clicks to them immediately. And it's almost as if they already knew how to do it. They're just relearning how to do it.
Is that how you are too?
Absolutely not. No, okay. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Like the amount of time and effort that I have put into just learning how to compose, like that time alone X's me out from being able to consider myself a prodigy at all. Where, like, of course, like I feel like everyone has the capacity of being able to listen to a song and go, oh, I like that. And that's sort of how I started off. Where it's like, oh, I like what I'm listening to. I wonder if I can possibly make something like that. It's not intuitive. Like I would put two sounds together and go, ooh, why does that not sound very good? Why is it crunchy? And so it was a lot of trial and error, just putting a couple of different sounds together and seeing what sounds good, and a lot of listening and dissecting songs that I liked and going, why do I like this song? I know that I like it, but can I break down exactly why I like it? Is it because of how fast it's going? Is it because of its major or minor feel? Like, is it because of the instruments? And so I found that once I was able to start really breaking down why I liked a song in the first place, that meant that I was dissecting it and it felt like I understood the song better. And then I was in a better place to be able to understand what made that song good so that I could possibly create a good song of my own. And that's really what it starts with. Like, you got to know what you like to be able to create what you like.
Anyway, so I'm going to say you're special. Okay. You know, I know you're self-taught, but do you have, what is your musical background or training that even allows you to do what you do, which is amazing in itself?
I would say it started with all the way back in 6th grade, probably when I started learning the instrument that I play. Since I play the cello and I started learning in late elementary school, 6th grade. And fun fact, I did not even want to play an instrument. My parents, they said, we don't care what you play. You are going to play something. Choose one. I love it. Yes. And so being the obnoxious 12-year-old girl, I wanted to make it as difficult and as inconvenient as possible. And so the largest instrument that my school had available was the cello. So fun fact, if there was a tuba available at my school, you'd be talking to a tubist. But but of course, joke's on me. After a day of playing it, I fell in love. And that's really where my musical journey started, since I was enamored by the idea of I could be a part of the music that I enjoy listening to. And even when I was way younger, like my parents, they would always play music. Like, we're a very musical household. Like, my mother would sing. My father, he played multiple instruments. My brother also plays an instrument. Yeah.
Okay, so you already have that genes in you then.
Yeah. I get it a little on. I get it honestly. At least a little something.
That explain it better now. Okay, so you didn't like pop out of nowhere. You were
right.
by your environment and by the people around you. Oh my goodness. Now I understand it better. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So always surrounded by music. And so once I really started learning how to play the cello, like, you know, I never received like one-on-one instruction. Like, I always learned through some school orchestra program, whether it was from elementary school or middle school or even high school. I was always in some sort of orchestral setting. And just through playing different types of music, that helped me to grow as a musician. Yeah.
So is your dad like proud and very happy when he hears some of your pieces, or are they like impressed and like, ooh, you know?
Yes. They've been so incredibly supportive when it comes to me and just my composing journey. I'm sure they get sick and tired of their daughter coming to them every other week going, can you listen to this piece that I've been working on for like 2 seconds, please? Just interrupting their entire day. But every single time, they have always put time aside to listen and to entertain their daughter. And I really cannot be more grateful. Like, and they were the ones who really inspired me to start taking composing more seriously. Since before, I really only started sharing my compositions maybe for the past couple of months, maybe a year, since I would compose and compose and compose, but I would just keep it on a little file on my laptop just for me to enjoy.
Right.
And my parents were like, you need to let other people hear this. Like, how would it feel to be a piece of art that you know is good, but nobody can perceive you? I'm like, oh,
wow.
Okay. But being perceived is so scary, especially when and I'm sure a bunch of other creatives can relate, but creating can be such a vulnerable action, and it can come from a deep space of vulnerability, right? And so bringing that out to be perceived by the world completely unfiltered, it's really scary. Even now, like when I can go, I'm proud of this piece and I know I put in work and I know that I like it. And typically that should be enough. If you like what you made, then it's good.
Right.
Point blank, period. But it's still really, really scary because people can be really, really scary.
Oh, yes. People can be very critical. Even those who don't even know what you're doing. Now, here's the fascinating thing with your composer that I've listened to that I love. So you also compose for a video game music for video game, right? So are you a
Yes.
big video game fan?
I am. So I have
Wow.
displayed here. Here is my PS5 controller. My PS5 is in the back. I have the Switch console over yonder, hoping to get the Switch 2 eventually.
Wow.
But yes, I do really, really like video games. Typically, I was always the person to watch somebody else play video games. But over the past couple of years, like I've been more involved in actually playing the games myself. But it's just a medium that I've really come to love. And again, going back to my parents, they always play video games in the house. As a young little baby, I was on my father's lap and he was playing on his
Oh my
PlayStation 2.
goodness.
And so it was always like video games in my family have always been mixed with happy memories. And so I feel like it's sort of inevitable that it would be a full circle moment where I would play video games and make music inspired by
they certainly
the music I hear in
influence
video
you.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would wonder now, is there a different amount of time or energy or process to go into creating the musical piece for a video game versus just, a piece that come up, or it's the same process for you?
I think it really depends on the genre. I think it really starts off the same. Really with any composition ever. Like I always have some sort of recording apparatus and it starts with me recording whether into my phone or my laptop going beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, beep in some fashion and then hoping that something blossoms from there. Typically it takes some spark of inspiration, whether it comes organically or I'm sitting in my chair trying to manifest some sort of idea for whatever project that I'm working on. But that's really one of the hardest parts when it comes to composing anything in the first place for me, because it's so daunting just staring at an empty page or an empty program or an empty screen with no idea in your head, because it's easy if you already have the idea. But when I'm sitting, like, for example, if I get a commission for a specific project, and it's a game that's a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, a genre that's outside of my wheelhouse. And so I already have to do some prerequisite studying on a certain type of genre, certain type of instruments that are used. And then eventually I'll end up just sitting in front of my digital audio workspace, just staring at the screen, hoping that an idea manifests somehow. But eventually it does.
Yes.
Even if it's bad.
So because you do the compose for video as well, do you have experiences composing for specific media? Like film, you haven't done that yet, or even for games, like have you approached those company that make video games and says, listen, I compose great music? Have you done anything like that yet?
So I haven't done any personal outreach yet. Recently I have opened up commissions. And so I have worked on really tiny projects and like video game pieces or like tabletop video game themes, like Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. And that's really helped to get my feet wet. But I have not started yet.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it though.
Right. And just so for the audience to know that are listening to us, actually, Ava is going to be working with me on a prayer meditation piece, my second prayer meditation, and she's going to compose the music behind that. So when that comes out, we'll have to have her back on again. So I'm excited and looking forward to that as well. Wow.
Yes, be very excited. Your eyes open. It's going to be good.
Oh, excellent. I know it's going to be. So, what is your favorite piece? Is there something that you do that you consider one of your favorite pieces that maybe we can play a little piece so the audience can hear it? What is one of your favorite piece?
So one of my favorite pieces that I've ever made, I titled it Tenacity of the Soul. And it is a piece that has been a work in progress for a few years, sort of like a touch and go project where I will add a couple of things when I feel like it. And then once the creative waterfall has stopped, the juices have stopped flowing, like I'll step away. Like it really is a product of love and a couple of tears. And it's one of my favorite pieces that I've composed because I feel like I'm able to apply how the piece makes me feel to so many different aspects of my life, right? Since it really described this feeling of pride that I have for myself and my journey on just making it here in the first place. Just here, just being able to exist, actively choosing to be here and in this moment. Because life can be really, really hard. It can be really, really difficult and challenging. And life to me is just a string of a bunch of different moments tied together that can be high and low. And to me, composing that piece is a reminder that even through that pendulum swing of life, even when things are really, really good or really, really bad, I'm here no matter what. Like, even if things are bad, because I'm here and I'm deciding to be here, there's an opportunity for things to get better again, and they will get better again.
I love it. And I love the title, Tenacity of the Soul.
Yeah. It's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm determined to be here
and I'm gonna
regardless.
Stand strong.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm here anyway. Like, I'm here anyway. So I might as well make the most of it. It's a reminder to continue reaching for that joy, wherever it might be, and whatever form it comes in. And it's just a reminder that even when you feel like you're at your worst, you're still in a good spot because you're actively deciding to stay here and to exist and to just be a person.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to listen to just a small portion of it. You can see just how great she is, of Tenacity of the Soul. Here we go. Oh, Ava, that is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Tenacity of the Soul. I just love the title, first of all.
Yeah, it was a work. It was in my computer, saved as, I don't know, titled as something or whatever, for like years. And that's just most names of my compositions. Like the titles either come right away or they're garbled up nonsense until... And like, I'll be trying to search Google and thesaurus.com for like words that are similar to what the feeling I'm trying to describe is. And so that's what this title was. Like I don't know why it took me so long to find the word tenacity. Like I just knew I needed it to reflect something deep and something inward, like the soul. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And once I found the word, I'm like, there it is. There it is. It flows off the tongue.
Wow. You know, it also reminds me that, wow, we could be in a space where others may say we don't belong, but we're saying, yes, I do belong. I have the tenacity to step in it not only am I just stepping in what people say I may not, I'm going to conquer it.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it.
Like you don't deserve to be here. You're here. It's not a matter of deserving. As if it is something that you are entitled to. You're here already.
Absolutely.
Like that's not something that anybody can take away from you.
And I'm going to show up in my full form. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
What is your genre preference?
For music, for genre. So I absolutely love anything with string swells or like soaring strings. I mean, I'm biased. I'm a string player. I play the cello. So anything that has any sort of strings element, I'm going to latch onto it. And I can try to describe the feeling as soupy. Now, to explain what that means, since like I'll try to explain it to some other folks, and they're like, "What is this lady talking about?" But you know that feeling when you drink or eat a really delicious soup, and it's rich and it's warm, and you feel it from the bottom of your toes rising up all the way to the crown of your head, and it fills you up. And it sustains you.
And it tantalizes all the pieces in the mouth. Everything you can feel. Oh,
exactly. And so whenever I describe a piece as soupy, that is the feeling that the piece gives me.
Oh,
so anything that feels soupy to me.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
And that tends to be sweeping orchestral themes or things that make my heart swell almost to the point where I might feel it overflowing. Like I love pieces like that. To be honest, folks that have listened to some of the snippets that I've put out, they probably feel a lot of that. Like I sneak that a lot into my compositions because I like it.
Yeah. That is fascinating because you're creating your own sounds. Does it mean then in doing your own thing, creating your own pieces, are you experience within the mixing and the mastering of it, or do you create and then you send it out and get somebody else to do it?
So I definitely do the mixing and mastering myself, but at the same time, the amount of brain energy it takes for me to figure it out each and every single time is the energy that it takes for an atom to split. It is so unintuitive to me. And I thank God for YouTube University and Dr. Google. So I would not be where I am today without looking through files and files of tutorials on how to do certain things. This past year, I had to learn what EQ was. I had to learn what a stem file was. I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. Help. But I'm like, you know what? This is all a part of my journey of growing as a composer, as a producer. Since, of course, I know that I could hire somebody to mix and master this for me. And I'm definitely going to do that in the future. But
for now,
I crave knowledge. I like knowing how to do things.
Yes. You see, as somebody who owns a record label, obviously I hire people to do all those things. I have no clue.
But you're doing pretty good. There's so much jargon that I still find myself sifting through. But I have the capacity of being able to learn, and it's interesting. And I get really proud of myself once I learn how to do a new audio editing trick or discover a brand new plugin that makes mixing a little bit easier and things like that. So no matter what, it's worth it, even if it's frustrating in the moment.
Yeah. Can you describe to us, like, what is like your creative process that you go to composing a new piece? I know you said the feeling of drinking and having a soup, that's the feeling, but what is your process before you get to that feeling? Like, for example, when I write lyrics, that's what I do. I don't sing, I don't do all the technical stuff. I just write lyrics, but I don't go through much of a process. I usually get inspired by circumstances or situation, or sometimes God himself just downloads something, and I just put it out there and I hand it over to the people that does all my arranging and doing all the different pieces. I take it from there to make it into music. But what process do you go through with before you get an idea to the end? Is there a particular process you go through for that?
Yeah. So I think it really depends on the mindset that I'm in and for what I'm composing this piece for. Since I feel like I have two very, well, yes, very distinct processes that sort of run parallel at times and sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
split. Like, for example, if I'm composing a piece specifically for me, for myself, it's either going to be for practice, to practice a genre that is completely out of my wheelhouse, or it
Mm.
is completely self-indulgent. And I got inspired by listening to one or a few different pieces. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that.
Ah, okay.
Sometimes the idea will just pop up in my head,
Mm-hmm.
um, where my parents tell me constantly that I live in a musical, which is true. I do live in a musical. I'm very sing-songy. Like even as I'm
Right.
walking down the street, like there's some sort of melody going on in my head just because I think
Yeah.
it's fun. It adds whimsy to my life.
Right.
But sometimes I'll be humming or just doing something and I go, oh, this is kind of fire. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
I rock with this. And then as I struggle to get my phone out to record, like I'll just repeat that same line that I really liked, that same melody line in my head over and over and over until I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to eventually get my phone out and then I start recording. And then after I
Mm-hmm.
finish that melody line, typically when I have something in my head, I already have the chord progression in my head. And so then I'll hum the chord progression. And then something that I've learned to do semi recently is just during that recording, just record as long as you can until the idea in your head fizzles out. Because I
Mm-hmm.
cannot, for the life of me, depend on myself to
Mm-hmm.
remember whatever was in my head after it's gone. So I'm like, well, that's what the phone's for. That's what the
Oh
recording
my
apparatus is
goodness.
for.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's sort of like the avatar state where things will just sort of flow easily. And then that's when I really
Mm-hmm.
know that I have something. I'm like, oh, it's in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And because I already have it on my phone, it's immortalized. So whether I revisit it in like 3 minutes or 3 months, I at
Mm-hmm.
least have an idea of what that version of Ava was trying to portray. So that when I
Mm-hmm.
eventually get to my laptop, since that's where I do a lot of my composing, I use either GarageBand or FL Studio, and then I use a digital audio
Mm-hmm.
workstation. Um, then that's when I can really start inputting that music. But that's typically how it will start. Like I'm
Yeah.
inspired by something and then it goes. Other times, the inspiration doesn't come. I have to be very intentional about
Into
choosing
that.
something.
Yes.
And
Right.
that's when it
Wow.
gets really hard. And that's when you're staring at this blank laptop screen and just hoping that something pops up. But
Wow.
something that I've learned that it's still something that I am trying to practice more often is sometimes you just have to be bad.
I was
Sometimes you
going
just
to
have
ask
to
you that
let,
question. I was going to say to you, have you had a moment when have you ever composed something when you're really angry and the music, the piece that you do is just like not uplifting but dark, but it's powerful still,
oh, absolutely.
you
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
yeah.
I would argue that is some of my favorite type of music.
Oh
I
my
love,
goodness.
like us humans, we are filled with such large emotions. And
Yes.
sometimes those large emotions are not always positive, but they are still so raw and so powerful and so deep. And I can still resonate with that. And so I
Yes.
tend to actually lean towards a lot of minor sounding pieces. And it's
Mm.
cathartic too. Like
Yes.
anger and sadness, those are
Yes.
not
Yes.
bad
Yes.
emotions. They are
No,
very
this sounds great
necessary.
when you're playing it. It's just like,
Yes.
like
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
So it
yeah.
is very freeing
Ah,
to hear and to imagine and to put yourself in that situation where you hear this epic, um, dark and grim music in the background. I don't know. To me, it just adds whimsy. It adds extra whimsy to
yes,
life.
yes. And you could say, somebody's going through something and I can relate. You
Yes,
know?
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like you
Mm-hmm.
listen to a piece that sounds angry or sounds like it's filled with anguish, and it goes, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that. Even
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't go through exactly what this person felt enough to compose this piece, I
Mm-hmm.
resonate with that really dark feeling. And I know, to me, it makes me feel less alone, and it helps me to process those emotions better, which is just the added beauty of music. And I find that really magical.
Which lead me to your next piece you're going to share with us. What is the next piece, and how did you inspire by that piece, which is?
Yes. So this next piece is called Wrapped in Wisteria.
Your titles are just most I must say.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic. Yeah. I like the aesthetic. Typically, if you don't listen to the music first, the first thing you're thinking of, or the first thing that you notice, is the title. And so I feel like you got to be able to have a really good title that goes,
what is that? Yes, good. Yes. Oh my God. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to listen to a small portion of it. Here we go. Yes. Rapture. Wow. I'm trying to imagine that whole scenario. Yeah.
So this particular piece, Wrapped in Wisteria. So wisteria, it is a type of purple vining plant. It can be purple or white or sometimes pink, but a lot of wisteria that you find in the United States, like Japanese wisteria and Chinese wisteria, it's an invasive plant. And so you'll find it wrapped around a lot of trees or shrubs. And even though they're really gorgeous to look at when they bloom, typically they end up choking out the plant that they're on, inevitably killing that plant.
Oh my goodness.
And so
I'm talking about the music that like, oh wow, that is.
And so with the title Wrapped in Wisteria, that, to be honest, this piece is an amalgamation of a bunch of different moments and scenarios and imagination, where one, I just like wisteria as a flower. It's one of my favorite flowers ever. So it was inevitable that I would have music surrounding it. Two, I feel like wisteria has so much potential to add to a dark whimsy of storytelling, since it's this beautiful, enticing plant, but it's invasive, meaning that it's not where it's supposed to be or not where it originated from. And not only is it not originally from where it is now, it is actively harming where it's at. It's actively harming the environment that it's in. And so I'm like,
oh my goodness. Yes.
And so with this piece, I wanted to convey like a dark whimsy, like something that's really, really enticing. But I don't know if you're supposed to be here, or I don't know if you're as good as you say you are. And then at the end of the piece, I imagine it as the truth sort of unveiling itself, and you're seeing the plant as it truly is.
I love your imagination. I love your creative imagination. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is a woman that, I don't want to call her the plant lady, but
you can. You can.
All types of plants. You probably could give a whole lesson on the different flowers and plants.
Well, yes.
So she's really something here. Yes. Wow. That is just so amazing. I just love it. Yes. Now, you do obviously a lot in composing different music. What music do you listen to, in your free time?
Oh my God. Not to give the stereotypical answer of anything that sounds good, but I'm not really limited to any particular genre. Like, of course, I love classical music and I love sweeping orchestral suites, right? But I also really, really like jazz. I really like electronic music. I really like hip hop. I really like R&B. There's some country songs that I really like. Like I'll listen to gospel music in the car since I just love how it sounds and it hypes me up. Like there are so many different genres that I love since it really just comes down to like, ooh, I like how this instrument is used. I like how I can feel the storytelling, even if I don't really have a lot of familiarity with the genre that I'm listening to. And so recently I've been listening to a lot of jazz. Like I believe her name is Samara Joy. Like I've been listening to a lot of her works recently, but I've also been listening to a lot of melodic metal since I like metal and rock and roll too. It's actually, I would call it a guilty pleasure of mine, but I'm not guilty about liking it. I love it. so
I like all genre of music myself. The only music I will not listen to is music that debase women or put women down, or profanity is not my thing. So that's the only type of music I won't listen to. Beyond that, I just love music. I think music is good for the soul, right? And if you listen to certain lyrics, just like you're composing, it does something for the soul, right? It can uplift, or it could, do all the negative shit, depends on how negative it is.
Yeah, so, I mean, like other creative mediums, music is a tool, right? Yes. It really just depends on how you use it. You can use it for anything.
Yes, of course. So, of course, I know my audience is wondering, she's so fabulous and that the sounds we're hearing is so great. When are you going to put out your first release of your pieces? We're curious because we want to get it.
Yes. So right now I've been doing some spring cleaning where, I've been trying to really establish like a lot of my social media accounts. Like I have an Instagram set up. There's nothing on it right now, but it's coming soon. Like I'm really going to be using this month, which just so happens to be July right now, beginning of July, as a stepping stone to really help establish my brand and the type of content that I would like to upload. But there will be news on all of that later this month. So all I can say without spoiling is just stay tuned.
That, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned when she eventually release it. And whenever she finishes with the piece she's will be working on for us, we'll have her on again. And so I'm excited to see what she's going to do with that as well. Now, you mentioned social media. I know you're in TikTok, so give them the name of your social media name so they can follow you.
Yes. So on TikTok, my name is known as Efflorescence, or the appearance of growth. The actual is at Winter Wisteria 365. Again, since I love wisteria flowers. On Instagram, I believe my handle is also Efflorescence. And on Blue Sky, I'm on Blue Sky, and Twitter/X. I am on there as Efflorescence as well. So if I'm not Efflorescence, then I'm typically going to be at Winter Wisteria 365.
Okay, we get that. So you hear that. So what do I want you to do? I want you to follow her. Why? So when she do get and release our first piece, what we're going to do, we're going to go where it's at and get it, right? Yes. Or when she finished with the piece she's working with me, we're going to get that as well. Yeah, she's going places. Just remember the name. Ava Covington. All right, So you are not far from me. I'm in Philadelphia and you're in Jersey. You're in Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey, baby.
Yes. And we get the very interested piece about your family, growing up in a musical family. Does your father still play?
So he does not. But he's still very musically inclined. Like we all sing together. Like it's a very lovely, rich voice. And so there's constantly musical hijinks going on in this household. It's rarely quiet. Someone is always yapping or singing.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah. It must be nice to grow up in a family not only musically, but the fact that you're encouraged by them, you're supported by them, that's going to make a difference in your success. I have no doubt about that. And I'm looking forward to see what you're going to do in the future. How, and you mentioned too about commission. Have you been commissioned by many folks thus far?
Yes, like I've been blessed to be commissioned by quite a few people, and almost everyone has found me through TikTok. So I cannot understate just how integral just having my TikTok account has been for people just seeing and listening to me and my compositions. And I'm ever grateful. Like the fact that people have felt so inspired by something that I've created to the point where they will actively reach out and inquire about me creating something for them. It's huge, especially coming from someone who, again, was afraid to share their music a year ago.
Well, thank God you share with the world, because that's how I find of you as well. And I have to say, your presentation, your personality, all those things add up to this beautiful piece that you do in your creation, and it's wonderful. And so I can see how attractive that is to many people who want, and I have a whole team of people, by the way, so when I reach out to you, I didn't reach out because I didn't have people who can do it, because I obviously do, but I said, there's something special about her work. And so I'm like, I said to, one of the gentlemen that works with me that is so brilliant, I said, I hope you don't mind, but I think I want to give her a shot at, creating the music for the second prayer meditation. And they said, okay, yeah, because I have a whole team behind me, you know what I mean? But I was very impressed with your presentation on the social media, and, the way you bring on all these different sound. And I'm just like, let's see what you do with this prayer meditation. Because, I may be thinking in the future to do a small story piece, and we may create some music for that too. We'll see where it goes. But
you did with that, well. I'm just so honored. Like,
you did very well.
Like I could not understate just how grateful I am that you decided to take a look. So you know what? Let's see what she's actually about. Since it really is, it's almost surreal that someone has the ability to just listen to something that you created and go, I think I want to investigate more into that. Since I feel like it really helps to feed into the idea that it's okay to be vulnerable and to put yourself out there.
Yes,
especially when it comes to your art and the things that you create.
Yes.
It really is a lesson that's reinforced to just share what you create. If you like it, other people are bound to like it too.
Absolutely. And I just think you're just brilliant. And it's just a pleasure to have you here. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm so impressed with you that you're on my first episode for season 4. That's how much impressed I am with you. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. And ladies and gentlemen, follow her on her social media, because you can keep up with what she's doing, and you'll be just as impressed as I am with her. And listen, if you ever work, you may be getting too many works. You're going to be overwhelmed with work.
Hey, that's a good problem to have.
Yes,
that is a great problem to have.
Oh my goodness, Miss Ava. It was such a pleasure for me to have you here. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. You're great to talk to.
I think we're going to do a lot of things together. Thank you. And again, I just love your room. Okay, guys. Yes. So this is Miss Ava Covington. Follow her on our social media, and you'll be seeing a lot more of her. So good night, everyone.